We are back, and this is going to be a little bit more serious of a conversation because I find this to be uh, a problem. I mean, just as somebody that has gone to many gyms uh, for and has worked out for I've worked out for 40 years now, and 41 years is how long I've worked out. Uh, we're entering a re-entering, which is weird that I have to say re-entering because this seemed to have died down a little bit where people were kind of catching the clue. But it turns out that most gyms have a policy that if a person just kind of claims that they're the sex that they want to be, whatever, that they get access to that restroom. Like if you're a trans man, that you should be able to go to the men's room. If you're a trans woman, you should be able to go to the women's room. Now, I want to preface this that I have nothing against people that are trans and have the mental illness of gender dysphoria because it is a mental illness. All my trans friends, which includes Blair White and fucking Bucky, they will perfectly well admit this, and they're like the OGs of this shit, right? And I also want to say, like, just so people don't get me twisted, I don't care who you voted for, I don't care who you love, and I don't care what skin color you are. I just want everybody to be free, healthy, and happy. That's what I want. I want everybody to be free, healthy, and happy. Like, I have no problem with you if you want to dress in a dress, and even though you got a big old cock, I do you, bro. I mean, if you look like a woman, I will probably use she her pronouns for you. I can't possibly even think of Blair and call Blair a him because she doesn't register as a him to me. Now I know that that's a biological man, and that makes it so there's not like, you know, like my thought process isn't like, well, that's a woman. No, that's a trans woman, and there's nothing wrong with that, frankly. You know, I mean, people have got all sorts of fucking problems, and if this goes to not hurting anybody, that's fine. But even with Blair, if somebody would be like, "Hey, could you possibly stay out of the women's room while I'm in here?" I think she should be accommodating to that because, very frankly, you're asking for the exception versus the rule, right? I personally think the gyms should have a unisex bathroom set up, and most of them do. By the way, most gyms I've been to have a locker room for men, a locker room for women, and then they have a unisex, right? Uh, but to fucking to just say, oh, just because you say you're a woman, you can go into the ladies' restroom. Like, here's what I find wild, right? In the last 10 years or so, we have literally, like, not we, but not me, definitely, but society has waged a war of what we consider toxic masculinity, right? And all we've done, seemingly, is gotten rid of masculinity and kept the toxicity. Because this story goes where this woman complained to Gold's Gym that there was a dude in there swinging dick and all, and saw her naked, and she feels violated. And I would personally say she has every right to do so if she did not realize she was going to be naked in front of a dude swinging his dick. I could understand where she would feel completely like, what the fuck is going on here, right? But here's my question. What she starts making a scene, and she should, by the way, at the Gold's Gym, and dude is barking back. Like, and by dude, I mean the guy pretending to be a woman because I don't give a fuck. If you don't, you're not even passing, bro, at all, at all whatsoever. And dude is yelling back. Where are the men at? I've got an honest question, because I'll tell you this right now, and I truly mean this, and I don't mean this to sound like off or anything like that, but if I'm out with my wife, who literally I would burn the entire world for, like if my wife ever needed a heart transplant, I would just start going through each one of you motherfuckers to find the match. And I like a lot of you, but I'm telling you right now that I will fucking put people in the ground for her. Period, right? So where are the men at? This woman comes out there claiming that she feels very unsafe, and dude barks back at her. I'm sorry, but the way I was raised and the way I raised my son is if a woman is feeling in distress, especially because you've exposed yourself to her, you're probably going to leave on your own power or leave after I make the ambulance come get you. Those are your options. I don't know what's happened to men. Like I said, we waged a war on toxic masculinity and just got rid of the masculinity and kept the toxic portion, because now we have a bunch of men thinking that women need to lower their standards and they're not going to get involved if they see a woman or child in trouble. And that makes it so you're not even a fucking man. I can guarantee you this. You can approach my son at any given time. As a matter of fact, I remember this a couple years ago, probably about five or 6 years ago, I believe it was before the pandemic or shortly after, where there was a Pride event going on in Cape Coral, Florida. And by the way, I've been to Pride events before too, before they got just completely raunchy and debauchery. Like I've been to them too before. I have no problem with it, right? Again, I don't care who you voted for. I don't care who you love. And I don't care the color of your skin. And I never fucking will. Ever. Ever. I'm going to write a song about it. Trust me. But he almost got into an altercation. And his girlfriend told him, no, we don't want any trouble. And he said straight away, this man looks like he's about to hit a woman. My parents will bail me out of jail. And he is 100% correct, because that's how I raised that young man. 100%. And everybody should raise their young men to fucking do so. Because that is one of the things about this story and the stories that have been going on for years, where this guy came into a restroom pretending to be a woman and exposed himself and blah, blah, blah. If my daughter was in that fucking dressing room, I guarantee you, and I mean guarantee you, I would smile in my motherfucking mugshot. If I was standing there as old boy with a dick, like tried to pretend like he should be able to fucking just go anywhere he wanted to, I can guarantee you I'd be on the goddamn news. And that is, I know that's just me. I know that is just who the fuck I am. But the problem is, I shouldn't be anomalous. I should not be anomalous. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. It should not be anomalous. I should not be the one that states, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I shouldn't be the one willing to bail my kid out of jail for protecting a woman. I shouldn't be the only one. It should be all of you. If you are raising a young man, teach that young man to stand up for what is right, even if they stand up by the motherfucking selves. Because if that were to happen, if we would get back to the masculinity portion of society, where men would fucking lay down their lives to protect the innocent and the weak, then society would right itself. But as it is, you're going to arrest people that would do that. And understandably, by the way, if I would walk up on a man slapping his wife, I'd end up going to jail, and I would be perfectly fucking happy with it. I would completely accept the consequences, because I'd rather those consequences than ever having to look at my wife in the fucking face and having her know that I just watched that shit fucking happen. I would never want to see that disappointment in her fucking face, ever. I'd rather spend the rest of my life in jail than see that disappointment. That I guess Alan's not going to do anything about this when this woman or child is in trouble. That would never fucking occur to her. She knows that I would need bail money or just for her to wait for me, because I can guarantee motherfucking to you this, that would never, ever, ever, ever fucking happen, where I would walk away from somebody in trouble like that. Ever. And I don't give a fuck what you fucking pussy ass dudes say about, like, well, it's not really your business. And what if she hit him first? Oh, what? Unless she's literally got a fucking knife with his blood on it and his guts are fucking hanging out, I'm thinking maybe you shouldn't be raising your fucking hand to her. Maybe you should walk the fuck away. Now, if she chases you down, keep walking the fuck away. If you, like, for real, like, the most I would tolerate is like, hey, that woman's running that man down. He pushed her off him. Okay. But to raise your hand to a woman, that makes you less of a man. You deserve you deserve the beating I'd throw you. Fucking ridiculous. But this is right. I wouldn't want my daughter in a girl's bathroom I wouldn't want the guy in a girl's bathroom with my daughters either. Fuck no. Fuck no. Fuck no. Absolutely goddamn not. Fuck no. 100% not. You know? So let me get to this. The lady's name is Tish Heyman. And this states, this is from TMZ, and this states, singer Tish Heyman is explaining, is explaining the build-up to her epic rant about grown men with big dicks in the women's locker room at Gold's Gym. And she says it wasn't an isolated incident that led her to speak out, but a series of scary encounters. So let's hear what she has to say.
Gold's Gym! Men! Grown men with big dicks in the women's locker room! And that's why I'm getting kicked out.
Yeah, they kicked her out.
Make sure the girls know.
Not only did they kick her out, they revoked her membership for making a fucking scene about this.
Everybody saw that man in the locker room. No one's saying shit.
Because, and all these dudes around, all these dudes, like, somebody should have been up, like, where the fuck's he at? He's leaving now. And Gold's Gym, what the fuck? For real, it's time to fucking end Gold's Gym.
And I'm fucking done with it. It's stupid. It's dangerous. Me naked in front of a man without my permission. But I ain't the one who gets kicked out the gym, y'all. I'm terminated for not wanting men in the locker room.
Crazy. She says the trans woman the trans women were fully dressed but looked like men and were rude and threatening towards her, calling her a bitch on multiple occasions. Tish says she got fed up with the interactions and the lack of response or protection from Gold's Gym, leading to her epic rant and confrontation that got her kicked out of the Beverly Center location. Let's see what dude has to say.
How are you?
Did you tell me or not that women like to see?
I'm asking you a question.
Exactly. Get out of the way now. No.
At least there's one man in the fucking room. At least there's one fucking dude. At least one guy is willing to do what's supposed to. But very frankly, dude, why are you talking?
Now he knows how to be a man, right? Now he knows how to be a man. Stay out of the women's locker room. We don't want it. He needs to have his gym membership revoked for that shit. And the woman told you. He assaulted me. The girl told already. We already filed reports. No.
That's fine. I want the video.
You can't get rid of me for this. I'm a woman and I have every right to not want a man in the restroom when I'm naked. There are girls naked in there. Look at them walking in there like it's okay. It's not okay.
Jesus fucking Christ. No, it's not okay. Here's interview from dude. First of all, this is embarrassing, bro. This is fucking embarrassing. This is a mentally ill dude. This is fucking embarrassing.
We spoke with Tish, and she said when she came face to face with you, it was obvious to her you were a man. So, I don't want to get terribly graphic here, but can you kind of explain, how you appeared? Do you believe that she was reading something in that you didn't appear to be male? She perceived you to be such.
Well, first, I told the people that raised me that this is the way that I was when I was 8 years old. And
I don't give a fuck.
Really, I stuffed it down pretty deep, and I began
fucking
using
cares?
hormones this year in February, and I actually relinquished that.
Why the fuck does what you told people matter, bitch? Why? I told people this is how I was. I don't give a fuck. You're making that woman feel uncomfortable. Get out of the fucking room. If you want to be a trans woman, shouldn't that start with respecting women? Like, if you want to be a woman so bad, which you will never be, by the way, you will always be a trans woman. You will never be a woman. When people say trans women are women, you're fucking lying ass sacks of shit. Stop it. You sound fucking ridiculous. Anybody that says that trans women are women, you sound ridiculous. Right? Can they be treated like women? Can they appear as women? I don't have a problem with it as long as you respect other women. I really fucking don't, dude. But since you disrespected other women, you're always going to be a dude. See how that works? You disrespected women, trying to pretend you were one, so now you will never be seen as one. It's the same thing like if a trans man would all of a sudden fucking want to just disrespect men, it would be handled much differently. Notice how that shit does not happen. Notice how you do not see a whole bunch of trans men barking at men. Why do people think that doesn't happen? I will take anybody in the comment section. Tell me why trans men don't have the same energy against other men, or well, men, than trans women have for women. Tell me why. Tell me why. I would love for people to sit and think about this. Tell me why that we don't see a slew of trans men basically trying to berate men. Because I want to know why there's such a difference. Because trans women apparently are women. And by the way, waging a war on toxic masculinity for like 10 fucking years, and then all of a sudden believing dude, like there's not a possibility that dude over here just wants to make women feel uncomfortable. So he's going to fucking go into the women's locker room. Like, people don't think that happens. Like, because dude's clearly not a woman. Dude clearly does not pass for a woman. He just wants to make women feel uncomfortable. So we don't think that, for some reason, we don't think that there are a bunch of men that would happily demean themselves by dressing up as a woman if it makes it so that they can prey on women. Like, that's not a fucking real thing. Like, how are we not there? I mean, if men are so toxic, would this not be toxic masculinity? Would this not be like the I will do whatever I want to make women feel uncomfortable? Would this not be toxic masculinity? Where it is not masculine, it is just fucking toxic. Again, I do not care who you voted for, who you love, or what color your fucking skin is. But I'd stomp the fucking air out of this motherfucker if he went into the restroom with my wife. For real. If this dude tried to get into a public restroom that I knew my wife was in, he is not entering. And if he tries to get past me, he is not entering anywhere besides an emergency room. I can guarantee you that shit. And that's how every man should think. I'm sorry, you can wait. You can fucking wait, bitch. And if you're gonna wait, and if you don't want to wait, I'll make so you can take a little nap while you wait. This dude is toxic masculinity. I'm saying that right now.
Information to her about name change.
And look at him. He's so fucking happy because he's on the news. Look at him. He glammed himself.
And I actually relinquished that information to her about name change, and it says female on my ID and hormones, and I mean I'm registered as a female with the gym. So.
And were you?
Oh, that removes the penis. He registered with the gym as a woman, therefore no penis. Yeah, I was unaware that that's how that works. Instead of having the surgery where they lop that motherfucker off, turn it inside out, and fucking put it inside of you, just register with the gym as a woman, and poof, woman. I don't know what she got so upset about. My dick's swinging everywhere, and but I said that I identify as a woman. Like, why the fuck should she care? Yeah, seriously. Yeah, that doesn't change the Q angle of your hip or anything like that. You're biologically a man.
Were you at that moment? Because she told us about a couple of different encounters. Were you fully clothed at that moment?
Well, she has become aggressive with me on 4 different occasions, actually at different locations in Los Angeles at Gold's Gym. But fully clothed. I believe I was enrobed in a towel on one occasion, and this last time I was clothed the entire time. Yeah.
Okay. Again,
Why does this matter? I'm sorry, why does this matter? You're a dude in the women's restroom. I don't give a fuck if you're clothed or not. Get the fuck out of there. And you two bitches, you fucking pussy ass motherfucking cunts. The fuck? Ask him an actual real fucking hard question.
Apologize if this is too graphic, but I just think it's important.
Why the fuck are you apologizing to the fucking predator? Why the fuck are you apologizing to this dude that should be in a fucking ER right now?
Let's speak truth, baby.
Okay. Have you fully transitioned?
Be clearer when you say that.
Your genitalia.
That is a process that requires a quite lengthy work. Like, for instance, I sat in a chair and had.
Which, by the way, I'm just gonna say this right away. If you are a trans man or trans woman, you do not need to be fully transitioned to be considered a trans man or trans woman. I don't believe that. Okay. I do believe that you can identify however the fuck you want to identify. Whatever makes your mental illness go, makes your mental illness go. Because being trans, again, is gender dysphoria. It's a mental illness. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to be factual, right? But whether you've still got your twig and berries or whether you still got the V, I don't give a fuck how you want to identify. Because, again, I don't give a fuck who you love. I don't give a fuck what you want to fucking do. I don't. I care how you interact with other people. With it, right? So if society's thinking that you need to be like, that would make it so Blair is not a trans woman. Because as far as I know, Blair has not had bottom surgery. And same thing with Bucky. Bucky has not had bottom surgery either. From female to male surgeries, I don't even understand why they do them. They're horrendous. They're horrific. It's awful. It should be considered like Mengele style torture.
Hair follicles removed from my face for 2 hours yesterday in a process called electrolysis.
Oh, okay.
In order to
that makes you a woman.
Have that surgery down there, one must have every single hair done that. In order to do that, it would take would just say a year or two to have that done. It's literally not even a possibility with where I am in my transition.
So look.
I guarantee a dude does not want to have his penis removed. I guarantee it. If she's seen his penis, he does not want it removed. Here's the thing. Please try to follow along with me. A trans woman, so a biological male, wants to do their best to that's why we have transition to appear as a woman. She would not just be a person would not just be flailing their fucking dick around, because that is something that they would not want to be known as. Stop it. This is just a mentally ill, predatorial man that wants to fucking make women feel uncomfortable and is happy that he's getting a fucking pension.
From her perspective, I'm just wondering if you see her perspective. She's saying that she's looking at you, say, in a towel, and you still have male genitalia, and, you may be transitioning, but could you understand her being uncomfortable?
Well, I certainly do not understand it, but I do get the notion.
How don't you fucking understand it?
Of the fear mongering that she's perpetuating.
Oh yes, she's fear mongering. Oh my God.
The truth in the moment is far from what she is purporting it to be. Literally every time that she's done that, I've had women in the locker room comforting me because of how aggressive she was towards me.
They don't like women either then.
So, we have seen video of that confrontation just outside of the locker room between yourself and Tish. And at the end of it, I saw that, Alexis, you walked back into the women's locker room. But I understand that you also have had your membership revoked by Golds. What did they say to you?
Well, initially, they said that she and I guess Tish is her name.
Correct.
Initially, they said we were in the same boat, but I mean, Gold's, it's been bought by EOS now, so they phoned me and I'm not sure if it's written in red ink or what, but it's definitely being evaluated. I love that place. Gold's is like my sanctuary, especially at the Beverly Center. Catch me there. I love that place.
So she was saying, why don't they have a third bathroom? Especially
Yes.
the gym you're talking about at the Beverly Center. That's been recently built.
You are
they,
right.
they had a layout that they could have adjusted and they could have put a third locker room in. Do you think that would have been appropriate, or do you feel like you are as entitled to use the women's locker room just as Tish is?
You know, that's a great question. I'm glad that she said it, that you have put it on the air. And the answer is that would necessitate two different ones, because some people trans MTF, some people go FTM. And
So you wouldn't want to be in there with a trans man? You wouldn't want to be in there with a trans man? How about male, female, and if unreal? That's unbelievable. Fucking unbelievable.
And so that's
Yeah.
2 rooms right there. You're not gonna put a trans woman with a trans man just because
Oh yeah. We can't put a trans woman with a trans man.
we're trans. That seems like a new envelope of discrimination. But
You're not being discriminated against, bitch. So, a trans man being put in the same locker room as you, as a trans woman, is discrimination. But you, as a biological man, going into the biological women's restroom is somehow okay. Mental illness. For real, mental illness.
but yeah, it's just like, I feel like this had to happen in order for people to learn about trans. It's like it's a thing. We're here. We're going anywhere. We've been here for thousands of years. There's like 10 species of animals on Earth that do this too. Just by the way, everybody. And but about the bathroom, am I entitled to it? I know that I'm a woman.
No, you're not. You don't even look like you're a trans woman, really. You just look like some dude wearing lipstick at this point.
Should they have built another one to necessitate building this room? People would have to have the level of comfortability within themselves that I do. Not everyone possesses this much self-feminine power. It
He thinks he has self-feminine power.
it doesn't happen. Not in this patriarchal system of which we've been living for so long.
Okay. All right.
All right. You
Alexis,
fucking
we
fuck
appreciate
off.
you joining us.
Yep. Yep, Alexis.
This is clearly.
You're a fuckhead. Yep. Yes, I noticed that too. He goes in and out of character. I noticed that too. This person should have been respectful and changed in an area. Exactly. Yeah. The patriarchy. Exactly. All right, folks. That's what I'm saying. Like, we just need to get back to fucking reality. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to probably about 5:15, or excuse me, 6:15 tonight. We will probably be live again. I will do full Q&A. And it's just going to be on health in general, or anything you want to ask about. So please join me live. It'll be live Q&A. It'll be the video will be up very soon. Then you just click reminder. So I hope all of you have a great day. One more time, if you are looking to get some coaching, if the holiday season has in fact already started wrecking you with the Halloween candy, here is our holiday 6-month special. Please take us up on this. Daily communication, weekly video conferences. We help adjust your lifestyle bit by bit by bit, focusing on satiation, satisfaction, appropriate physical activity, hydration, sleep, stress relief, all those things. Please have a great day. My name is Alan Roberts. Goddamn.